distinguished participants, good afternoon to you all. I want to sincerely thank Honorable Sarah Opedi and team for always inviting the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, Independent Permanent Human Rights Commission. We don't take this invitation for granted. We are very grateful. Since yesterday, people have been interacting with, I've been asking, what is OIC? OIC is the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, and IPHRC is Independent Permanent Human Rights Commission, which is the principal organ of the OIC on matters of human rights in an advisory capacity. OIC is an intergovernmental organization with 57 members, and it is second to the United Nations. We are headquartered in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and in this conference, a number of African countries are member states, including Uganda, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Benin, Morocco, name it. So we are in the right place. Having said that, the discussion is about how to deal with threats, global threats to the family in view of the international instruments. Now, the previous speaker in a way highlighted a few points I had wanted to make, and I don't intend to repeat them. But let me talk about the practical realities on the ground. Some of the member states which go to negotiate these instruments either at regional or international level, say at regional level, at the level of the African Union, at the level of the Human Rights Council in Geneva, at the level of the General Assembly in New York. Some of our states are underrepresented. And that is very, very dangerous. That's how we get to have certain things passed because of the law bargaining power. So it would be good for member states to ensure that when these treaties, draft documents are being discussed, we are not only there, but deeply there. From the beginning up to the end, there is a tendency to smuggle certain words in a document if you don't do due diligence. I've personally seen this happen both at national and international level. So member states must play an active role, do due diligence, and ensure that the draft text is not tampered with. That is one. Secondly, I have a friend here, Richard. I don't know if he's in the room. Yes, I can see him there. English is a foreign language here. I don't know whether the word rogue is derogatory, but Richard has used it before. I don't want to use it again. Member states should be very careful with the representatives they send. Naturally, behavioral-wise, we are not all the same. It is very easy to know that if I send Honorable so and so, we shall get a good deal. If we send Honorable so and so, we may get a raw deal. These are real realities. We know how people conduct themselves, and this also influences the negotiations that take place, and we end up with provisions which are a threat to the stability of the family. So member states that constitute delegations to go and discuss these important documents ought to be very careful in selecting which teams represent which country. Otherwise, that is one of the areas that is contributing to getting documents, and then we later realize that actually some provisions are not pro us. Otherwise, we wouldn't be going into reviews had we played our part at the very beginning very well. But it is never in vain If instruments are already signed, there is always room for review, like an opportunity like this one, where we are being sensitized and educated. It would be good for member states to review those instruments. Like now it is clear the Samoa agreement has issues. You may find there are other instruments of that nature. Let's do a deliberate review and seek to have such a provisions done away with. That is also something which can be done. Otherwise, for us at the OIC, IPHRC, we are a key partner because we are very aggressive on the counter-SOGI agenda at the level of the United Nations, both in Geneva and in New York. And I'm also happy to say, where I serve as the vice chairperson of the OIC IPHRC, I'm also part of the working group on the family, women and children's affairs. So in case of any issue, we are happy to always be approached in this important cause, and until we get there to our desired destination.